welcome to Uma's Lotus Lounge here with Danae. Hi, Danae. Oh, wait, I can't hear you. There you go.
Sorry, I was muted.
That's okay. One day we're going to get it right. It might be like the end of the show, when we finally decide to give this up. We might get it right then. We'll be like, oh, that's what we were supposed to be doing. Welcome in, Danae. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Yeah, it's been a long weekend. We had the Halloween weekend. Did you get
Yes,
dressed up this year?
I did, but we bought a lot that is actually empty right beside us. So I think a lot of trick-or-treaters just skipped this row. And so I have been snacking on candy for the past couple of days. It is not good.
That is not good. That is not good. You gotta like go around the neighborhood and just give it out to the kids. It's just
Okay, I will.
and just give it out. Or you could have brought it to my house because we had so many trick-or-treaters out in the neighborhood. But Uma was being selfish because let's be real, you know what I'm saying? It was $25 for a bag of candy, and Uma could not afford it
It
this
really
year.
was.
Yeah, because I usually buy like 10 bags of candy, and they're all gone because I have so many kids in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's wild. Well, welcome in everyone. This is Uma's Lotus Lounge. It is a featured stream here on the Meet Me app, and we also stream live to our YouTube podcast, Uma's Lotus Lounge. So you guys get double the trouble for nothing at all. Remember, if you're watching live on Meet Me, if you send a 1K gift, you get a bouncer status in the stream. And at the end of our broadcast, towards the end of the hour, you will also get a personal psychic reading from myself and Danae. You can use that psychic reading to ask any question you want, or you could just ask for a general message from your spirit guides. What do my spirit guides want me to know? If I were you guys, I would use it for a November reading, you know? And actually, because it is the first Monday in November, I volunteer, Danae and myself, to read each other. Ooh.
Yay, please.
Right? So you guys will get to watch us read for each other and then decide if you want that for yourself as well. And if you do, you could spin a wheel, whatever 1K gift that you have to send, just go ahead and send that. So I'm going to give it over to Danae right now, and she is going to give us the happy message of the day as well as our crystal message for the week. So if you don't know what that is, we believe that crystals, everything has energy, guys. And once you start learning to tap into the energy of everything, life becomes so much more interestingly clear. So Danae like meditates and she picks this beautiful crystal, and then she finds out what the spiritual meaning of the crystal is. And that is our message for the week. But before we get to that, let's get to our happy message of the day.
Absolutely. So I'm reading from Be Happy 170 Ways to Transform Your Day by Patrick Lindsay. So I flipped over to page 27. Pause a while. We all need time to reflect, to put things in perspective, to truly value things in our lives, and to appreciate them. To reflect properly, we must be calm and balanced. Put your life on pause. Sit on a quiet beach or in a tranquil garden, somewhere you can muse without distraction. Calmness and balance will join you there. The hardest thing to see is what is in front of your eyes. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Wow, what a beautiful message. Pause for a while.
Pause for a while. I love that.
So the flower of the week is going to be our beautiful, beautiful flower agate. This stone has a gentle and nourishing energy resembling a field of flowers. It helps us envision the process of growth, honoring and appreciating each part of the process. Flower agate inspires us to manifest and nurture our dreams. Its energy ignites a passion to pursue dreams and live life to the fullest. This unique stone has been credited to providing the ideal environment for restoring emotional balance, allowing us to reach our highest potential while protecting us from fears and self-doubt. And here's a quick look at our beautiful flower agate, as that is our crystal for the week. This is a big thank you to remnantsofmagic.com for the information on these beautiful crystals.
I love that. Okay. So we are talking about taking pauses. We're talking about really tapping in to a lot of things that are going on a supernatural level, right? An energetic level, if you will. So I thought today's topic would be a really good topic because actually last week I had an upswing at my center in requests for past life regressions. So I thought, wouldn't it be an interesting topic to do, especially being that we just had Halloween on Thursday, and it's like it would be a really great topic to do for what should we be thinking about concerning past life regression. So let me start by saying this: there's different ways you can get a past life reading. You can actually go to a reader and they can tell you about your past lives. That is different than what I do because me as a past life regression therapist, I've worked with Dr. Brian Weiss in learning how to put someone into a light hypnotic trance so that we can access their subconscious mind. So the belief behind past life regression therapy is that your subconscious mind and your conscious mind are two different things, right? So your conscious mind is what's focused on the day to day. I got to pick up the kids. I got to do laundry. What am I making for dinner? You know what I'm saying? All those kinds of things. And your subconscious mind has to do with all the lifetimes you've lived, all the memories you've had before that you can't consciously remember now, but they can be accessed if you can kind of put your conscious mind to sleep, and then your subconscious mind can come awake, right? So when we do a past life regression therapy session, my job as the past life regression practitioner is to put you into a mild trance so that we can get that conscious mind to turn off and then access the memories that are stored in the subconscious mind. I have so many amazing stories about that. In fact, on Wednesday, the Wellness Wednesday podcast, I will be talking about some of the stories from my clients, the people who have actually done this. They've gone under trance with me and they've accessed these lives. And I got to tell you, I have so many amazing stories. Like, you would not believe where people go. And it becomes so real to them, that when they wake up, they come out of that trance, they're just like blown away by the things that they witness. So I always recommend people to be like, hey, you know what? Get a past life regression, not a reading done, because a reading is where somebody will tell you about what happened in that life and whatever, but actually take yourself through it. Now, some of you might be like, well, I don't know if I can be hypnotized. You actually can. Do you guys know that you get hypnotized on a regular basis? All right, for example, how many times have you watched a movie and let's say the movie is a sad movie and you start crying, right? That happens, right? That happens. That is you being in a hypnotic trance because for a fact on that screen are actors. You know that they don't believe any of this stuff that they're doing, but for that moment in that movie, you're hypnotized. You're believing the storyline and all of this is real. I mean, haven't you guys ever walked away from a really good book and after you finish the book, it's still on your mind days, weeks, sometimes months later? You're just like, how could that happen? Why didn't Rose just move over on the raft and let DiCaprio on the raft? Why did he have to drown the Titanic? We know this is all made up, right? Thank you, Lizzie. We know this is all made up, but still we believe it. We believe it. So that's being in a hypnotic trance. How about driving? How many times have you been really caught up on the road, right? Where you're just like listening to a song or you're in a conversation with a good friend and you're just driving and then you're like, oh man, I passed my stop, right? I gotta be like honest. I do that a lot because I get so engrossed in the conversation or the song or the podcast that I'm listening to. So it's so easy for me to be like, oh man, I was supposed to make a left there and I gotta go all the way around and turn around. That is a light hypnotic trance. So I'm trained to do that by the best, if not the creator of past life regression therapy himself, Dr. Brian Weiss. I spent a week with him at Omega Institute in New York. He taught me all the tricks, and I love to do this for my clients. So this week, we're talking about past lives. Do you guys believe that you have past lives? Because that's the other thing too. I don't like to push this on anybody who don't believe it. So Danae, let me ask you, do you believe in past lives?
Yes, I've done past life regression with you. I highly recommend it for anyone who's interested. It really allows you to find out more about why you're here now and what you missed or what you should have learned from the past. I've done it. I got to do a weekend with Dr. Brian Weiss at Temple University, and that was so freaking amazing. I have plenty of stories from when I did the past life regressions with you. Yeah, I highly suggest it. It really lets you know a lot about now and about the past. It's very beneficial.
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%. Because like even my own past lives, like I'll share a story because if you guys like the stories and you want to hear the stories, my Wednesday podcast for Wellness Wednesday, we're going to talk about some of those stories from past life regression. But I'll tell you, I actually took myself through a past life regression because I know how to do it, right? So one time I was sitting in my room and I had no idea where I wanted to go. And I suggest as a past life regression therapist, that's the best way to do it. Sometimes people come to me and say, I want to know why I like this person so much. Were we soulmates in a past life? Yeah, you could do it that way, or you could just let the brain choose, and that's the best way I like it. So I let my brain choose, right? My past life message. And I went to, what do you call it? I went to a life in China. And I was this, oh, thank you. I knew I forgot to, I forgot something. Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate you. And I went to a life in China and I saw myself as this older Chinese man. And I made the best noodle soup in the village. I got to tell you, I just knew it in my head. I made the best noodle soup. And I picked a humble abode on top of a mountain. So there was a pathway up the mountain to get to my home, but it was a long walk up the mountain. And that lifetime, I really was just by myself. I didn't have family. I didn't have kids. I lived a life of solitude and I loved being up there because I pretty much was like just enjoying being in the mountains because you got to understand where my home was, I didn't have any doors because I was so high up. Like it wasn't, there was a lot of people around or whatever. And I was so high up, I could see over the tops of trees. And there was always this mist, this foggy mist around because it's so high up in the mountains, right? It was cool, always cool. And I had this very simple home with like maybe 4 rooms and separated by those like bamboo paper doors, and there was a bell at the bottom of the mountain and my clients, my customers would ring the bell. Now I'm telling you all of this, I saw with clarity in my past life regression. They would ring the bell to signal that they were coming up and I would put the water on. I'd put the water on and start making the noodles. And then by the time they got to the top, they're winded because it's a long climb up. So they would sit. I had this little sitting area where, like I said, I had no doors. So you could just look out over the landscape. And it's the tops of trees with all this foggy smoke, and the smell of the noodle soup. And I gave them the soup and they would eat and they would either pay me, like actually pay me, or, right? Or they would give me barter system, here's some vegetables, here's some chicken, here's some clothing, here's some blankets, whatever. I lived a content life. So you guys are probably wondering, why is Uma telling us about she did a past life regression and she was an old Chinese man? Because one, it reminded me that I came into this life to have children and to have a partner and to be in a relationship because I've had lifetimes where I've just been solitary and I've loved that peace and quiet. But it reminded me whenever I get frustrated in my life, because I like to meditate every morning. I like to meditate and do my yoga, and I like to work out and go to the gym. So if I can't do that because, say, my partner is using our car, or my son needs, to go to school early, or needs help with something, I have to disrupt my schedule like moms do, right? I had to disrupt my schedule, and I would get frustrated. But when I get frustrated, right, that was a reminder. But you had a whole lifetime of this, Uma. You had a whole lifetime of this. So what if you miss a day of meditation? You know what? You could meditate in the afternoon when they're all out the house, hubby's at work, kids are at school. You could meditate in the house by yourself. So it taught me how to just be like, to relax and let those things go. So that's why I like doing the past life regressions, because it gives you some idea, some insight, some clarity. And actually, I have a special running this week, just, shameless plug. For those of you that are in the Northern Virginia area, you can come on in. I have a special running this week. And then for those of you that are online, I can do it online too, but really and truly, you got to be in a quiet place and, sound containment and all of that. So that way we can really take this journey together. The biggest thing I wanted to tell you guys about past life regression is your conscious mind is going to want to interfere in the session all the time. Your conscious mind is going to want to say, well, that doesn't make sense. Fact checking against history and stuff like that. But you can't let that happen, because once you dip out of your subconscious memories into your conscious mind, then we've just lost the session. And for a lot of people, it's really hard to concentrate and to focus. So usually when I just had a client last week, she came in, she really wanted the past life regression. I told her, I said, are you meditating? Are you able to sit still? Are you able to focus? No, not really. And I was like, well, I don't know how well this is going to work for you. We can pick another service. But no, she really wanted the past life regression, So we did it. She couldn't get in. She couldn't get to like the first level of the meditation because her mind would not stop running. So this is why I say, like, there's things available for you guys. There's spiritual healing. There's spiritual, transcendence available. But at the very, very base, you have to have a strong mind. And you have to be able to have control over your mind. The longest I've ever meditated for was 45 minutes. And I promise you, when I tell you it felt like I was only meditating for 10 minutes, that's how deep I can go. But I know meditators, personally know meditators who can meditate for 6 to 7 hours, And that is the level of mental fortitude I want to get to. So, yeah, try it out. Past life regression. I know, right, Lizzie? She said impressive. Welcome in, everyone. This is Uma's Lotus Lounge here with Dannea. And we wanted to talk today about past life regression. Is there anything else you wanted to add in, Dannea, about that?
You guys better run to that special that Uma has. I tell you, it is an experience. If you're able to meditate, if you're able to take a pause, at least practice this week on calming the mind and just going within, because that is the most important thing about past life regression. It's calming the mind and it's going within and it's allowing your soul to do the work. So awesome. Definitely check it out.
Well, it is that time of our Lotus Lounge podcast that everybody, I am sure, is here for. It is time for our zodiac messages for each zodiac sign. So we are at the beginning of the month, and Dannea and I are going to pull a 1 to 3 card message for each zodiac sign about what your spirit guides want you to know for November, because we just started a new month. However, those of you that are watching live, you get a real chance for something cool right now. You can actually get your own personal message about November. All you got to do is spin that 1K wheel on me or send a 1K gift, all right? And then we can pull some cards for you specifically. If you do send a 3K to 5K gift, both myself and Dannea will give you a message to let you know what's coming up for November. I love doing the monthly readings. I do them on myself. because it gives me an idea of like what the energy is like for the month. So for example, let's say this month, I haven't done mine yet. I'm about to do them tonight. I already put my cards out and my journal on my bed. So after this broadcast, I'm going to go do that. But basically, it's like, let's say I pull my cards for this month and the month says, oh, rest, relax, chill out. You know, and I don't pay attention to that. And I just go ahead and I'm like, no, I'm going to put up all my events and I'm going to run these goals and whatever. Then guess what's going to happen? Nothing, right? Nothing's going to happen because why? My spirit guides told me rest, relax,
Right.
chill out. So that's why I like doing the monthly readings because it gives me an idea of how the energy of the month is going to go. And then I can be like, oh, okay, let's move in that energy. And then, you know, that way I'm not wasting time. So we're going to start with the earth signs. I am doing Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And then Danae, you are doing
Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius.
awesome. And then after Danae, I will do the air signs, which are Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And then Danae will end with the water signs. What's that? Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, right?
Ooh.
So we're going to get into all of it. And remember, if you want your own message, spin the 1K wheel and we will give you your message once we're done with everybody's messages. Okay, so Capricorn, November, looks good. Capricorn, you have the World card, which indicates a time of endings, but it's a happy, joyful ending to a cycle that you had struggled through. So this makes sense to me as a Capricorn because, you know, 2024 was 2024ing, if you get what I mean. And I feel like sometimes you have to like have that understanding that everything in life is a cycle. It's not all the same, you know? So Capricorns with the World card, you have a beautiful ending to the struggles, right? And the reason why I say that is because you also get Ace of Fire, which is about new beginnings. Now, this talks about excitement, new opportunities coming in. This talks about career advancement, like being really seen and recognized in your chosen field. This talks about opportunities coming in that can actually change your life in a positive way, right? And then we also get the Strength card, which talks about developing great inner strength. This talks about releasing harsh judgments, learning forgiveness, learning compassion for self and others. Okay? And by the way, I wanted to tell you, Danae, if you wanted to wait in the comments until I finish, you're more than welcome to. Or you can sit there while you shuffle. I just wanted to tell you that, okay? So, Capricorn, for November, I feel like as the year is winding down, you're getting ready for 2025 and you're letting go of things that didn't work out. You're reprocessing, you're choosing to look at things in a different light, and then you're moving ahead with this great inner power, inner strength that you've developed. And I can't begin to tell you like how much this reading resonates for me. Danae and I had lost a really good friend. She was part of our inner circle, our sis vibe tribe, right? But for her own personal reasons, she decided to walk away from our friend group. And I really struggled with that for a long time. But interestingly enough, as we ended October, right, I had an idea to reach out to her on Halloween and be like, hey, happy Halloween and stuff like that. But something prevented me from doing it because the part of myself was like, you know, you got to honor people's choices. Whether they're right, whether they're wrong, you have to honor people's choices. And you don't know why this needed to end in this kind of peaceful way. You know what I mean? Sometimes, guys, do you believe that sometimes endings are necessary? Because if you keep holding on to something that's beyond its past due date, it can become toxic, right? And that was a realization I had, was that if I keep holding on to this thing, it could become toxic. And I don't want to have a toxic ending with my friend. You know what I'm saying? I want to have like a good ending. So I didn't reach out to her, and I said, she knows where we are. She could always reach out to us. So that's the energy for the Capricorns, right? Is this idea that you have endings, but be joyful about it because you really don't know what's coming. And you want to really and truly look to the future. All right. Thank you. You want to look to the future because you're developing so much strength within yourself, Capricorn, that you're just moving forward and new opportunities are attracting to you because of that positive energy. Keep on that track. That is the message for Capricorns. Welcome in. This is Uma's Lotus Lounge, and we just started doing the messages for the zodiacs. That was the first message for Capricorns. All right, moving on to Taurus. Taurus, I feel like you also are leaving things behind. The Seven of Air card is deception. So this could have been somebody lying to you lying to yourself, things not really working out the way you wanted them to work out. You might have felt a little bit of bitterness or disappointment about that. Maybe some of you might feel betrayal, but you have happy times ahead. And I say that because the star is here, which talks about look to the future, look to the horizon, and you have the sun, which talks about success. So I feel for Taurus, you might have been let down this year in some shape, way, or form, but your spirit guides are saying that you have so much better things coming. If you can only allow yourself to look to the future and not look backwards, you have so much to be grateful for, and trust that whatever is being removed from your life needed to be removed, right? Whatever didn't work out the way you wanted it to work out, it needed to end this way because you have so much more coming in. All right? That is the message for Taurus. And finally, for the last of the earth signs, the Virgo. Virgo, you have 10 of fire. You have been stressed. Things have been very heavy for you lately. And, you know, my little perfectionist Virgos, you guys don't like that. But the beautiful thing about you is you never stay down for long, right? We get the 8 of earth. This is about studying, going back to school, learning all you can know about a topic, and then eventually becoming victorious. How amazing is that? Okay, I got to mention my son here. Okay, Danae, I got to mention my son because he is a Virgo. Joshua is a Virgo. And literally when I got the cards for this reading, I thought of Joshua right away. Joshua really wanted to go to Virginia Tech. He's a senior in high school. He's on the football team. He wants to play football in college. He really wanted to go to Virginia Tech. It's a D1 school, right? But in talking to his guidance counselor and in talking to a rep that came from the school, he realized within himself, he's not going to make it to Virginia Tech. He can get in. He's just not going to get in with a scholarship. And he really wants to get a scholarship like his older brother did. So he got really dejected. And I had the law of attraction talk with him. Joshua, you know better, right? Joshua, what have I taught you your whole life? Joshua, reset your mindset. All the things I teach my clients, I've taught my kids. So he's like, you're right, Mom, you're right. And I said, if you're not getting into VA Tech, that's because you on a soul level don't want to get into VA Tech. So where do you want to go? So he said, okay, I'm going to reset my energy. He started meditating. He started journaling. He started segment intending, all the things I taught him. Then, out of the blue, Temple University reached out to him from Philadelphia saying, we want you. And if you need a scholarship to come here, let's work it out. Let's talk. Let's figure out what we can do. We want you to come to Temple University, which is also a D1 school, and it's closer than Virginia Tech. And it's in Philly where his mom used to live. Like, hello, I'm going to be there like every weekend. So that's that victory card, right? Because he went back to the board. He went back to the board to like study and to learn and to be like, what else is out there? What else is out there? And then he came up with that Virginia Tech. So now he's doing the applications and all the essays and all of that. But it's looking really good that he's going to go to Temple University. But that is the energy for Virgos this month. Whatever it is that's going to let you down or stress you, Don't let it stress you. Reset your mindset. Look at it from a different angle. Because now he's even more excited about, Temple University, because he's like, with Virginia Tech, it's not really, it's more like out in the country with, I'm more a city boy. He was like just going through like all of it. And he was just like, yeah, I think this is going to be a better choice, Mom, for me. So that's the messages for the earth signs. All right. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. I'm going to give it over to Danae, and she's going to do the fire signs for you guys now.
Yes. I'm going to start off with our Aries. All right. The first card I received for you, Aries, is Guardian of Thought. You may be called upon to be a spokesperson for a cause close to your heart. Your angels will give you the perfect words, and you'll do brilliantly. You may be asked to be a mentor or find one yourself. This situation involves someone who's professional with a positive attitude and fresh ideas. This person, who could be you, may be emotionally unavailable. And the next card we have for you, Aries, is Two of Thought. Your angels have noticed that you're not moving forward. You have multiple options that you're reviewing, and you seem to be unable to choose. Ask your angels for sign as to what direction to take, or just listen to your own inner voice. Deep down, you truly do know what to do. It's all about the mind, Aries. All right? Leo, you got 2 action cards. First one is 8 of action. There's so much going on right now, and it may feel a little overwhelming. And yet it's wonderful to be so busy with the work that you love. Express gratitude for the blessings of heaven that are taking up your time, even if it feels a little challenging. If you're asked to travel and take flight, then do so with confidence, okay? And the next card we have for you is Guardian of Action. It's time for you to step up and be the leader. Your natural leadership skills are being called into action. This is your moment in the sun, so move into the light and shine for all to see. This card is also about a person who has charisma, is inspiring, enjoys a challenge, and loves the spotlight. This could be you, okay? Take action and do it well. You need to travel, do it. All right, Saggies, you got 4 of emotion. There are wonderful people who wish to help you. Opportunities are being offered to you, but you aren't noticing or trusting the gifts heaven is bestowing upon you. Look around you. Daydreaming or going within is a healthy way to get clarity as long as you act upon your dreams. Okay? 9 of Thought. Stop being so hard on yourself and turn your thoughts toward the positive. There's no need to worry. Anticipating the worst isn't helpful. Know that heaven will provide a solution. If you're experiencing sleepless nights or anxiety over a challenge in your life, release the problem to your angels, okay? You are never alone. You got this. Protect your emotions and protect your thoughts. All right? I am done with the fire signs. Back to you, Uma.
I got you. All right. What did you guys think? I saw that we had a couple of fire signs in the building. What did you guys think of your messages? Did it resonate? I'm pretty sure it resonated, fire signs. Okay. I'm going to do the air signs. So if you are Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, you guys are the air signs in the zodiac, okay? So here is your message for November. Remember, those of you that are watching live, you will get a November reading. And if you send a 1K gift, or like the 1K wheel, you will get a November message from either me or Danae. But if you send the 3K to 5K gift, you will get messages from both of us today. Okay? So let's get into it for the air signs. All right, Aquarius. You got 5 of water. Things not turning out the way you had hoped. Okay? This could be like the end of a relationship, Aquarius. Maybe you thought somebody was one way and then you find out they're really not. But the understanding here is you have emotional upset, disappointment. But after that, you have the balance card, which is about reestablishing your balance. And then you have the chariot card, which is fast movement ahead, especially in career, your career field and whatnot. So this is what I feel, Aquarius, for November. I feel like October, may not have gone smoothly for you, or you may have found out things about yourself or people around you that caused you some alarm. It was not definitely not on your radar. But now, as we enter into November, we're going to see you focusing on rebalancing yourself. Like I always talk about relationships, because you guys know I'm the love healer on TikTok, right? I give a lot of love advice on TikTok. They started calling me the love healer. So I always say, right? Like, let's just say you were involved in a toxic relationship, and it took so much of your time and energy and whatever. And now you find out this person just played you. That would be the energy of October moving into November. So what are you going to do now? You can't run after this person. They pretty much don't want you, and they've moved on with somebody else. Well, you're going to go ahead and balance your life out, right? You're going to start paying attention to your health. You're going to start taking good care of yourself. You might start calling your friends again, all the people that you left for this person, calling and making the apology tour. But you're going to start to get back into balance the way you were before you met this person, right? And then you're going to go with the Chariot. And the Chariot is not just getting ahead, but getting ahead so well that you are being recognized by the people around you. So let's say you started to balance your life back after that terrible mistake you made, right? Like, let's just say you dated somebody named Nick. Ha! Right? Just terrible mistake, toxic behavior. And you kicked him to the curb finally, right, Wild? You kicked him to the curb. And then you start to get the balance back in your life. Then the Chariot says, well, now your work is looking at you for promotions or advancement. Or the people in your life are like, hey, you really should consider becoming a counselor or a teacher or something. You have a knack for this, whatever. It's like people beginning to recognize your gifts and who you really are. So Aquarius, for the month of November, I feel like you guys are working on balancing yourself out from whatever toxic situation you were in. You're working yourselves out to get better. All right. Hi, Wild. Now, for those of you that are Gemini, you too are looking to use November to balance yourself out. Four of Earth tells me you had duality in your real life. Like, that is concerning your money, your finances, your business, your work-life balance. You've had some duality there. And the Four of Water tells me you've been struggling internally as well, right? Whether it's with your emotions or with other people, you've just been struggling as a Gemini, November. So November, we get the Queen of Water energy, which is like taking care of yourself. You're deciding to like not spend energy on other people that are like stressing you out. You're deciding to pull your power back in by focusing on yourself. So Geminis, what I see for you guys for November is saying no again to toxic people and being like, nah, I can't deal with this. I need to do me. And you're just like trying to take care of yourself. Interestingly enough, for some of you Geminis out there, if you are in a relationship, your relationships will start to get better, right? Because do you guys see how that works? You're taking care of yourself. So now that person wants to step up and be with you. So they're going to start taking care of themselves. And now we have like this healthy communication relationship thing going on. So for some of you Geminis, by you choosing to take care of yourself, it is motivating other people around you to also do the same. And then you're looking at healthy relationships as well. And finally, for Libras, our lovely Libras, you got the World card like the Capricorns. How funny is that? So you too are ending a cycle of pain, destruction, suffering, lack, scarcity, whatever it is. You're ending a cycle. And November, you're greeted with the 10 of Water, which is happy relationships, trustworthy relationships, happy home family life, and also the King of Air, being seen as a leader amongst your peers because you've overcome some mindsets. You've overcome, these mental situations where you can kind of go down to the deep end. You're an air sign. I always say this with the air signs. You guys overthink, overanalyze too much. You got to let stuff go, right? So I feel for the Libras, you guys are going to be having, like, your heart's going to be full for November. I'm thinking the holidays. I'm thinking with your family. You're happy, you're joyous, you're feeling full of life. You have people around you that you can trust. Your emotional needs are met. Your material needs are met. and you're just feeling like at the top of your line. Okay. And then the King of Air talks about being logical, right? And like making decisions with your heart, but also with your mind involved in it, and saying, hey, like what else is here? What else do I have to look at from a logical point of view? So Libra's November looks really good for you because it seems like you've also closed the cycle like Capricorns and you're beginning something new. That is the message for the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Aw, Shivanta said, my mother loves you. Tell her I love her too. All right. And I'm going to give it over to Danae, who's going to round us out with the, she's going to round us out with the water signs. Thank you. And just a reminder, if you want a reading, I know these are just general zodiac messages. If you want a reading for yourself, it's a 1K gift. If you send a 5K gift, then you could get both me and Danae to read for you while you're watching us live. Okay? All right.
Okay, guys. So I'm going to start it off with Pisces. The first card I have for you is Six of Thought. Peaceful times are on the horizon. The storms have passed, and now you can see your destination is within sight. The stress in your life begins to fade away, allowing for happier times. It may be necessary to take a journey over water or to another country. So travel is on the horizon for you, Pisces. And the next card I received for you is Ten of Abundance. Heaven has provided so many blessings. Your family members are bonded and working together. The children are provided for and are comfortable, and a comfortable retirement will one day come along. You taught your family the grace that comes from knowing right from wrong. And for that, you should be very proud. All right. Next, we are going to our lovely, lovely Cancer. The card you guys received is Ace of Emotion. This angel is announcing that a wonderful new emotional experience is coming into your life. You may meet someone new who makes your heart flutter, or your current relationship will experience a reawakening. It is also possible that your intuitive abilities will be greatly increased by your open heart. How beautiful. And you got 2 emotion cards, Cancers, okay? You also received 9 of Emotion. This is a magical time in your life when wishes are granted and dreams come true. It may seem that good luck is flowing to you, but actually these happy times are just your reward for being a loving and wonderful person. Your angels are asking you to enjoy your life and have more fun. Open your heart, okay? Open your heart. Goodness and love is coming and is happening for you, Cancer. Last but not least, we have our Scorpios. Seeing clearly is the first card I received for you, Scorpios. It's time to view things from a different perspective. You have the blessed gift to see past the current situation and envision amazing possibilities. Don't worry. The pause and momentum while you rethink your plans won't last. Embrace your uniqueness and allow it to serve you, okay? Don't be so quick to make moves just now. Embrace that pause because you're seeing things from a different perspective. And the last card I have for you, Scorpio, is 3 of Abundance. Your passions will lead you to your divine life purpose. Do what you love and have confidence in your talent. Learn everything there is to know about your interests by taking classes, getting a mentor, or teaming up with like-minded people. Allow your creativity to soar. This looks like an amazing month for our water signs. Back to you, Uma.
Thank you so much, Danae. All right, so we do have Queen Snow Angel. Queen Snow Angel, are you in here? Good one for the Scorpio. Facts. I just want to make sure if she's in here, because if not...
I can't hear you.
Thank you. I keep forgetting that I mute myself. So that was the wrap up for the zodiac sign messages. If you missed any of them, there are going to be on my YouTube later tonight that you can run back through and get your messages for the week, or you can spin a wheel now and get a message from either me or Danae, or like I said, a 5K gift will get you messages from both of us. So we're going to end our podcast with our Divine Energy Oracle message for the week. What's really cool about this is I've been taking these cards and I've been putting it on my desk to look at throughout the whole week. So it just kind of like is a reminder for me to embody that message and that energy. Now you guys don't have the cards, but maybe you could write it down on something and then put it somewhere that you can look at as well for the week. Okay. So the message for this week from our spirit team is do what you love. Are you eager to express the real you, but don't know where or how to start? Are you ready to love, but don't have anyone to commit to? Are you willing to plunge into your soul's journey, but can't find the diving board? Are you wondering where the spiritual pot of gold is? Well, get ready to discover it. Your divine energy is calling you to do what you love. Everything going awry in your life is due to your drifting too far away from your heart, and it's time to get back on track. Do things you enjoy, and they will lead you back to your true heart's desire. Ignore anyone who suggests that having fun is a waste of time. It's rejuvenating to your spirit and necessary for correcting your path. If you accept this invitation, you'll attract everything else that you seek as well. If you love to sing, lift your voice for at least 10 minutes today. If you like cooking, prepare your favorite meal. If you have a passion for painting, spend at least half an hour at the canvas before you go to sleep. And if you love daydreaming, do that today for 10 minutes without restraint or guilt. Build your life around your heart. Don't try to shove your heart into your overbooked, busy life. What do you love? Can you name it? Start there and follow the clues, and you'll find your treasure along the way. I really love this message because I don't struggle anymore when it comes to streaming. I love streaming. I love to have conversations. I love to meet people that are, interesting people, fun to talk to, not the trolls. You know what I mean? Like trolls, like they're just sad little people with sad little lives. So I just ignore them. But the people who actually genuinely come on here for, like Jamaican Queen, who come on here for connection and conversations, I truly enjoy it. And I have to tell you, being on this app, I have to meet like this goal, 80K a week to keep my top badge status, right? And I make it every week because I don't worry about it anymore. I come on and I love streaming and I do it from my heart, and I love to talk to you guys and hang out with you guys, and you guys gift me and take care of my goal for me so I can keep coming back and doing what I do. So I love this message for this week. Do what you love, because sometimes we get so stressed about things, right? That we think like by stressing more, it's going to create a change. It doesn't. Actually, if you do the opposite and just enjoy doing what you do, that's how you bring the abundance in. All right, Queen, I got you. So I want to thank Danae for coming out every Monday. Appreciate you, sis. Is there anything special you got going on? Any offers that you'd like to let people know about? And how can they find you if they want to stay in touch with you?
Yes, you can find me on IG, Queen DJ 444, and I have my In Memory of Grief support group every other Tuesday. Meetup.com, the Lotus and the Light.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Danae. I'm going to let you head on out, and I'm going to do these readings. I have to do a reading for Queen Snow Angel and anybody else who would like a reading. I'll stick around to do that. For those of you that are listening to my recording on the podcast, thank you so much for listening in. I'm going to tell you this week what my offerings are, and feel free to reach out to me. You can email me at info@the Lotus and the Light. Okay. And you can get information about any of my events that I have coming up. Thank you, Danae. So on Wednesdays, I have my Wellness Wednesday podcast where we talk about wellness, spirituality, metaphysical topics, stuff like that. And on Wednesday at 5 p.m., I'm going to go live on YouTube and on Meet Me and talk about past lives. So we're going to continue this conversation from today, where I share some of the stories of my clients who did past life regressions, where they went, what it was like, what they experienced, and how it matched up to their lives that they're living now. Okay? You're welcome. On, let's see, that's Wednesday. And then on Friday, I have my bi-weekly Reiki channeling circle. So this is for the people that practice Reiki. If you're a Reiki 1, 2, or 3 level healer, you can come to this. It's live on YouTube, and we're going to be doing our Reiki together, our healing Reiki share together. On Saturday, I have a Reiki 1 class. So if you are in the area, Northern Virginia, just hit me up. I can tell you about the class. I already have 3 students in the class. We have space for another 4 more. Okay. So if you want to learn more about that, just hit me up and I can tell you all the details about the Reiki 1 class on Saturday. On Sunday, I have a healing sound bath at my center. Those have become really popular. You know, I had 5 people this last Sunday. So if you want to experience the benefits of sound healing, definitely feel free to check me out. And on Sunday, we also have a public Reiki share for those of you that are Reiki healers in the Northern Virginia area, and you want to come together in person and perform, the Reiki self-healing on each other. That's what that's for. So for any of these events, you can go to my website, thelotusandthelight.com. You can find them on my, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, wherever, or you could just email me, info@thelotusandthelight.com, and find out more. All right. So that is the end of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave us a comment. Danae and I love to hear your feedback and let me know what you thought about Uma's Lotus Lounge. All right. Have a wonderful week, guys. I hope this brought you a lot of information to start your week the right way with positive vibes. Bye for now. All right. Thank you, Lizzie. I did not give these gifts to just anyone. Wild, I love you. How are you, bro? Welcome in, everybody. I'm going to do a reading for Queen Snow Angel. Somebody take a picture. Oh my God.